So I have this knife. It's a flippable blade, and you only have to flick it up, snap it in place, like this. Once there, you push it into the button to loose it up from its place, where you can stow it back in its carrying state. It has a pleasant curve and a satisfying array of sounds. It's heavier on the bottom, and it's simply nice to hold. Many talk of tools as an extension of self. A blacksmith's hammer becomes part of their arm, where a violin being played with an intense emotional intensity starts, and the violinist's hand ends, muddles. A painter's brush, like spontaneously grown hairs at the end of her appendages. But a tool isn't just an empty slate that simply amplifies a user's will. Every tool is a framework, and expertise, the blending of tool and user, is when their frameworks finally become one and the same. When you wield a hammer, reality is filtered to fit the framework of the hammer until you are surrounded by nails. When David Grossman, inventor of killology, trained thousands of police officers in the US, he taught a framework of danger at every corner, that the lives of cops was more important than anything else, that shooting at small signs of aggression could save your life. He taught that life was war, and the only thing keeping them alive was their ability to shoot first. The biggest problem he faced was that it was common for cops to hesitate before firing their gun. So, a goal of the training was to remove that hesitation so that cops could kill without a second thought. Is this consistent with the framework of a gun? Guns could theoretically be used as door stoppers, but for some reason people keep using them to shoot things. So at what? At who? Varies infinitely. For the hammer, reality filters for nails. For the gun, it filters for targets. The intentions or morality of the hand have no bearing on the new eyes the tool provides. What Grossman did is to give his cops expertise in paranoia. He moved their framework closer to that of a soldier, someone who's surrounded by targets with the added bonus of being persecuted by each one of them. As extreme as Grossman's teachings are, it's still within the boundaries of the gun framework. He maximized its usage to a degree that would result in more people dying, but death and injury are already produced by this framework. Rejecting the framework means rejecting the gun. A human stomach, by contrast, brings a framework that includes consumption, energy, shit. So, I have this knife, right? I bought it at a market a while ago, and it's nice. I mainly bought it because I wanted something to keep my hands busy, and, flipping knives seemed like it would hit the spot at the time. I wanted to get, those butterfly knives first, but, those are a little hard to get, so I just went with a switchblade, if that's even what it's called. And I just flipped it around a bunch. I got good at it, and but over time something changed about it. I started carrying around in my backpack in an easily accessible pocket. I found myself slowly grazing the blade across my skin. I kept imagining situations of getting stopped in the street. Just dozens of different visions, scenarios, outcomes of danger. And, of course, I used it to cut every container I had, like, there's some pasta, just get that out there. When I felt really unsafe, I took it out, and I just held it, flipped around a bit. And, I got anxious where I didn't know where it was. I had to find it again. My muscles have since memorized how to twirl around, and have kind of, felt the strain against them in the darkest parts of the day. And, well, I don't know if I like this knife. It's an extension of me, but it does things to me. Or maybe I'm doing things to me, and the knife is just showing me what I'm capable of. I need to get rid of this thing.